major environmental issue that took place from 1999 to 2011 was the endangerment and near extinction of the Channel Island fox.
These foxes are relatively the size of a house cat.
Cute, right? This means they range from 22 to 31 inches in length.
And they only stand about 12 to 13 inches in height and weigh up to 5 pounds.
The gestation period is less than a month and they usually produce a litter of 1 to 2 kids.
He a big boy.
You may have heard about these if you went to see me during elementary school. We learned about bioluminescence, bison, and of course, the native fox.
Okay, so that's me, Campbell, and then we have Ella, and then guest appearance, look, it's Olivia.
The Channel Island fox is a fox that obviously resides on the Channel Islands, and it's known as Urocyon littoralis. It's a canine or from the Canidae family.
These foxes are known to only live on 6 of the 8 Channel Islands off the coast of Southern California, meaning that there is not a large population to start with.
As a matter of fact, the Channel Island fox became so endangered that they were put on the federal endangered species list in 2004.
At its worst, the population of the fox crashed from 3,630 to a mere 85.
This is because of the canine distemper virus and the golden eagle predation. Likewise, they are affected by smaller issues like ear tumors, competition with feral cats, mortality from vehicular collision, and habitat fragmentation or loss.
The canine distemper virus is a disease that affects many animals in the canine family, like dogs, ferrets, and foxes. The virus attacks the respiratory, gastrointestinal, and nervous system of these animals and spreads through fur, saliva, and air. It can cause seizures, vomiting, paralysis, and pus-like discharge from the eyes. It is also easily preventable by vaccines, so get your dogs vaccinated.
The golden eagle is a majestic bird that is 3 feet in length with a wingspan of 6 to 7 feet. That's taller than the average man. They prefer to live in open country and grassland, so it makes sense as to why they took such a liking to the widespread terrain of the Channel Islands. Golden eagles are actually native to the mainland of North America, and they have been found to be living as far north as Alaska. In addition to eating the foxes themselves, the eagle also eats their resources, and this further increases the fox's possibility of extinction.
Yesterday, Campbell went to the Santa Barbara Zoo to see these foxes in person. What did you think?
Well, first of all, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. The 2 foxes' names are Lewis and Clark. It's such a fun time seeing them. However, it's really sad to see the small cages. I know how it's all like rehabilitation, but it's still really sad to see these foxes that need such a wide spread of land in the small cages.
After she saw the foxes, Campbell got to interview a Channel Islands fox keeper at the Santa Barbara Zoo. Unfortunately, she was not able to record the conversation because of some legal issues, but she is going to give us a summary of how the conversation went.
Okay, first of all, it was a super interesting conversation and she's a super amazing woman. It was really nice to see firsthand what a day-to-day basis for Channel Island fox at the zoo is. And every year she goes to the island to actually vaccinate them for canine distemper, rabies, and then microchip the younger ones so they can monitor where they're living. A super interesting fact is when they vaccinate, they only do it in a straight line down the middle of the island. So if half the island gets it, it won't wipe out the whole island. It'll only do half instead of putting them in random areas, so it would end up wiping out a ton of area.
Did you learn any other fun facts about the island fox?
I did. First of all, like other animals, the fox is aged by their teeth, which I thought was super interesting. And they are the animal to be shortest on the endangered species list. They were only on there for about 10 years, and she said that she thought that was one of the most interesting facts about them.
Very cool. Thank you, Campbell.
The first solution is to reintroduce the bald eagle to the Channel Islands.
One of the main factors in the endangerment of the Channel Island fox was their predator, the golden eagle.
In this skit, we see the golden eagle attacking its prey. To solve this issue, the bald eagle was reintroduced to the islands. Because the bald eagle prefers to eat fish rather than foxes, it didn't pose a threat to the fox. It also sees the golden eagle as an opponent, so it was able to successfully escort them out.
Sir, this area is not in your jurisdiction. I'm going to have to escort you off the premises.
The foxes were brought to San Miguel Island and placed in groups of males and females.
And the amazing thing about this is that through a computer program, they were assigned mates from birth.
On top of this, program was designed to prevent inbreeding so that no genetic mutations would arise and it would maximize heterozygosity.
This process is known as the captive breeding project of the Channel Island fox. However, the bad thing about this is that it's not totally solved.
Yeah, even though the fox is no longer endangered, it is still a threatened species.
But we can't give up hope now. Let's brainstorm some new ideas for how we can save these cute little guys.
What if we prevented human interaction through expanding protective lands for the foxes? Foxes are threatened through human interaction, so this could be extremely helpful.
Yes, humans threaten the foxes in more ways than just hunting. We litter the land they call home, and this hurts their chances of survival.
So if we expand the protected lands, such as the Native American reserves, we could keep foxes clear from all human interaction.
The only issue is that there's only so much land we can segregate for the foxes. The islands are only so big, you know.
What if we just limited our pollution, reduced our plastic use in the area, and worked on the conservation of land, plants, and natural water sources?
That could definitely help. Even more than humans themselves, foxes and most wildlife are greatly threatened by the products we produce. Plastic pollution, air pollution, and toxic chemical pollution are just a few types of the pollution that pose a threat to wildlife.
If we reduce the amount of plastic on these islands through cleanups and limiting plastic allowed on the islands, we can preserve clean environments from the limit.
I think that there are even more things that we could do to help these foxes. What if we prevented invasive species from entering the island through checks?
That could be a very good option. Although we have mostly eliminated the golden eagle from the Channel Islands, other invasive species could threaten the fox population, especially if they consume the same resources or prey on the foxes themselves.
If we introduce checks for invasive species for both plants and animals, we could make sure that no new species are introduced.
In addition to limiting invasive species, we should also limit other animals such as pets on the island. Similar to invasive species, pets and other animals brought to the island through humans can compete for the same resources.
If we ban pets and other animals from the island, we can ensure that the fox faces no new species competition.
Now wait a minute, I just thought of one more idea. There are other species on the island that are limiting the resources available to the foxes, and since these species compete for their resources, and they've limited the fox's ability to reach their full carrying capacity.
Yeah, it's not just newly introduced populations that compete for the fox's resources. The native ones do as well. There are some populations on the island that have grown out of control, such as the island spotted skunk. If we limit the population size of these species, the fox population will be able to expand greatly.
But wait, what if this puts the island spotted skunk species in danger?
The island spotted skunk was in low numbers in the 1990s, but since then they have been growing exponentially, and as the only two terrestrial carnivores on the island, these skunk and foxes are natural competitors.
Ella has a good point. We would need to be cautious about just how many of these skunks we relocated. But with careful observation of both species populations, we could find a happy medium.
Don't kill it!
You're gonna.
I don't kill anything.
That's not, oh god.